What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Owen Talks Drum Corps. Today we have episode 15. That is 3 times 5. That is 15 for you guys. The drum corps season is over, but the podcast is not. Today I have a very, very special guest that I've been looking forward to doing this podcast with. So let's get to it. My guest today is currently attending the University of North Texas. He is a former James Martin High School Marching Band alumni. He has marched trumpet with the Troopers in their 2023 production, To Lasso the Sun, and most recently marched Mellophone and won the DCI World Championship in 2024's production, Changes Everything, with the Bluecoats. Please welcome my guest today, Jesse.
What's going on, man?
How's everything going, man?
Doing great. Glad to have. We've been getting this in the works for a very long time.
That's very true. This is actually
time.
supposed to be online,
Yes.
like on the Zoom, but we had some technical difficulties, but we made it. We made it here. We're in person, so even better. Alrighty, man. Well, how's your summer been? How was everything?
Man, the summer it feels like a fever dream at this point. You know, we're like, around 3 months after the season.
Yeah.
You know, like everything's finally started to settle in. You know, getting back into the regular life as well as getting back into the swing of next season.
Heck
you know? Auditions are only like 2 weeks or a week and a half away for the Bluecoats for our first round in Prosper, not too far from here.
Yeah.
So the transition from the summer to real life to back into the next season it's been going smoothly, but it's been a little bit of a roller coaster though. But it's been great. It's been great.
Good, dude. Good. I'm glad to hear it. No, yeah, like I was recapping kind of like everything marching band with my friends, and it's crazy to see that as soon as high school marching band ends, indoor starts.
That is true.
And
Yeah.
WGI and winter color guard, and then you're back at it with DCI, and right after DCI it's back with marching band.
Mm-hmm.
So all around, it's a cool activity to be a part of. I can attest to that, dude.
Like band 365, 24/7 throughout the entire year. It's amazing.
Heck yeah. So there's always content to watch, you know? There's always new things to watch.
Exactly.
No, yeah, man. Well, I want to ask, what was your favorite thing you did this past summer with the Bluecoats? Any cool memories, cool places you went to, any food, location, rehearsals, anything?
Yeah, I'm going to start off with, in my opinion, my favorite place that we were at was the University of Minnesota.
Okay.
We had, like, after our first few shows in the Midwest, like, we went down to Minnesota, the university, like, Big Ten school. It's massive. It's beautiful over there. And we stayed in their, like, brand new dorms.
Really?
Yeah, it was really, really nice. We stayed there for a week, and that originally is where we learned the uniform change. But we didn't put that in, or we didn't, like, super detail it until after San Antonio. But that's where we first learned the uniform change. And then we had, like, a few changes it was pretty much like a mini spring training. That place was beautiful. The weather was like pretty much perfect. It was peak, and like the stadium over there was like the acoustic, like sound wise, it was amazing. It was beautiful, and like the scenery over there, like there was one thing, the walk from the to the dorm to the stadium was a bit long, but we had like stops on the way. There was like a Chick-fil-A or a Taco Bell or like a gas station like on the way to the stadium. So, but University of Minnesota, like around the earlier parts of the season, was probably my favorite place we stayed at. So.
Nice. That's what's up. I guess to dive in a little bit deeper into that conversation, was this one of the first times you kind of toured other than Troop?
So now that I think about it, the Troop tour, we did a Midwest tour in 2023, and for the Bluecoats tour, it was pretty much the same. It was a Midwest tour.
Gotcha. We
stayed at like a few of the same high schools that we did with Troop, like in Wisconsin. Those shows were pretty much all the same that we went to with Troopers. And then, but after San Antonio was kind of where it started to get different from when I toured with Troop in 23 than when I did with Blue this past summer. So.
Gotcha. What were those differences? Like the most notable?
Murfreesboro for sure. That's the like pretty much the big show right after San Antonio where you see like BD, Bluecoats, Boston. You know, that's where Bluecoats are notoriously known for debuting their new ending. So that Murfreesboro show had so much energy after not performing for pretty much a full week.
Really?
Because, yeah, after San Antonio, the Bluecoats kind of like, people like to say, go into hiding. And then that next week we debut our new ending. So to finally get a crowd after San Antonio, and it's that like amazing crowd reaction. That crowd was amazing. It was really refreshing.
Nice.
So that Murfreesboro show was really, really nice.
Was that when the uniforms?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's when the uniform change happened, and then when we had the extended closer.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's where everything got revealed.
Nice.
So.
That's what's up. This is a random question, but did y'all like when they showed you the first concept of the uniform and like what you were wearing? Did you know that there was stuff under?
So when Bluecoats do their show reveals, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not. But I don't care. They show us the mock-up of the uniform, and then that next day they bring the uniform in person. So in the mock-up, we didn't know that there was a part under, but when they brought the uniform the next day, we saw that it had an undershirt. So we didn't know what they had planned with that. We didn't know until like later into like spring training, like when the season actually started. But so at first we didn't know about it, and then the next day we knew it. So it was like pretty much yes, but there was like.
But you didn't know the meaning of behind it.
Yeah, no clue.
Gotcha.
Clue.
That makes sense. No, but that's cool. I guess to dive in a little bit deeper into like changes everything and whatnot. Do you want to speak upon like kind of the story of the whole show and what it entailed of?
Yeah, changes everything is it's pretty much the story of entropy or the concept of entropy. From being in a spot of order that gradually transitions into disorder. We start off with the Boston because it's the most. You have to be super intact with everybody, like not only like hearing wise, but also mentally. Y'all have to be on the same page. And then throughout the show, things get a little bit more, looser and looser. And then towards the end, it's pretty much, excuse my language, but batshit crazy. Like, the trumpet parts, when like all of us are on trumpets, that part was really hard to learn. But changes everything is the concept of entropy and how a form can be so much in order and it slowly like decimates or dissipates, but you can also find the beauty in what is left after all of that has happened. So
that's what's up, man. That's cool. Yeah, because personally, I know early season, like, for example, when y'all did y'all's for the first showing, because obviously Bluecoats is kind of known for not revealing their show, not revealing much until like their first show, and so it was cool seeing it, but I was also confused. I was like, what is this, right? And it wasn't until y'all started adding those new things and there was just more clarity, like you were saying. There's just more clarity to the show as the season went on, which I thought was cool. Funny enough, that's actually something I talked with either Andrew or DJ on the podcast a couple weeks ago about just how in drum corps we see this evolution, I would say, of the show. Rather than something you would see in a high school marching band show where it's the same thing over and over. You might change like little things, but man, some of these shows change a lot. Like from props to uniforms to music. We saw it with Boston and whatnot. Like everything.
Yeah, I think even like, well, I don't know. Me as a person throughout the season, I counted how many changes we had. I don't know the exact number, I forgot, but we had at least one change before every single show until around semis or finals. So that entire month, there was at least one change in the show per every single performance. So it's kind of cool fact, knowing that our show is called Changes Everything. So
right?
we pretty much had change every single show.
No, that's cool though, because you perform. It was with Andrew, I think. You perform a different, unique show. To these audiences, where someone can be at DCI Denton and be like, oh shoot, that's where they first unveiled this, or this DCI be like, oh shoot, that's where they played this differently, and those changes, they lead to good things, I mean, pretty much. Look at what happened.
Exactly.
I mean, one here at the DCI World Championship, so like it's really worth it, and I think it's also a cool thing because your staff sees that shoot, these guys can do it, so like. why not like give
Keep
this?
going.
Yeah, why not give them more batteries per se?
Yeah.
You know, so that's a cool thing though. That's a cool thing to have evolution. I would say, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, I wanted to ask before we move on from Changes Everything, were there any cool, I don't know, just stories from rehearsal, something that like you were like, oh, that one rehearsal or that one performance was really cool?
I will say like the Bluecoats, we're kind of known for like being able to like goof off. Like we were such goobers the entire season, but like when it was time to lock in for rehearsal, we always locked in, and like those reps like right after like we were goofing off like crazy. Those reps afterwards were always like on point. And even our visual caption head Jared, he was like he's never seen a drum corps have the ability to flip the switch just like that.
Nice.
Like having that ability to be able to, you know, have fun, so you can still have fun, but also be able to put in the work like immediately is something not a lot of groups or people have the ability to do.
Yeah.
There was, I think it was one rehearsal. We were like learning something or whatever. It was like choreo or whatever. It was in Minnesota, I'm pretty sure. We were learning choreo, and they were like showing us these little like inversion flips or whatever. We were like, how are we gonna do this or whatever? And then we were like just cracking jokes the entire time or whatever. We were just like tiny conversations, but we weren't like being distracting or whatever. And then they kind of got onto us a little bit, like we were pushing it, but we locked it in, and then we ran a rep of everything we knew, and it was pretty much like I wouldn't say no mistakes because it was new, but it was like pretty good for just learning it and goofing off in the same block. So that's something I love about the Bluecoats, is being able to have fun and work really hard and be rewarded in the process.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
No, that makes sense. That's a cool thing. Like you were saying, not every group can do that, and I think that shows the maturity
Exactly.
that the Bluecoats have and the Bluecoat staff to be able to like, because obviously like there's differences where like, oh yeah, a group can do that, but like if your staff doesn't allow it and the staff doesn't allow the personality to come out, then you might not see that in the shows, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I think, a really cool thing about Changes Everything and in Bluecoats General, that you can see not only the quality, like you were saying, of the show, but you see their personality come into this production that y'all make, you know?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude. Well, I wanted to ask before we move on from Changes Everything, what was your favorite thing of the show Changes Everything?
The trumpet feature by far.
Nice.
When we heard we were gonna be playing trumpets like maybe a few days before we moved in, so like that trumpet music we didn't touch. We didn't even know we were playing trumpets until we moved in. Then we move in, we see like 18 trumpets just right there, and we're like, wow. So they're like, y'all are gonna be playing trumpets this year. So the process of learning that music and pretty much learning a new instrument, well, learning a new instrument. That process of being able to like match with like the trumpet section, like the blue sobs, and to match with the mellophones and have everybody like together to match. It was not easy, but it was very rewarding. Like later on in the season, the trumpet feature got beefed up. They added more notes to it, more runs, you know, and it developed and it developed and it developed, and it turned into something beautiful by the end.
Yeah.
But it was a blast to learn, and I would love to do something like that again. So
Nice. Heck yeah. That's pretty amazing. It's it's running through my head, but wasn't there a show where someone, I mean, there's probably like a bunch of shows, but where like I think the high brass ended up on euphoniums or something like that.
Oh really?
I'm not sure where I remember that from, but I think it was something in between that. Either way, again, like you were saying, just an amazing thing to be able to do at such a high level with your trumpet line already, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're not having to like. There's no negative to it.
Exactly.
You have to match them.
Yep.
So I think again it's pretty impressive that y'all were able to. So big congrats on that. That's amazing, dude. That's amazing.
You.
Well, talking about congrats, dude. Congrats on winning the big one,
Thank
bro.
you,
Like how was it? How was it getting all that reward, dude?
I will say, it didn't really hit me until like a week or two after the season ended. Like even in the moment where they announced we won, I was like, "Holy shit, we did it!" But like it truly settled in once you're not a part of that group anymore. But the feeling of winning, it was very rewarding because all the hard work and all the hard time that you went through all the season, you were doing it for a reason, and you got that reason, and you have it in your hand, like physically. You have the founder's trophy, like a ring or whatever, like, and you had that. What my favorite part about winning was having that ability to have one last run,
Right.
One last run to be special, not for the judges or not for the audience, but for ourselves as a core to celebrate, and that having that ability for the victory run, and even in retreat as well, just having fun in retreat before scores were even announced. It's just that was a feeling that I would definitely want to experience again. But that victory run was by far one of the top moments of my life ever. So
nice.
yes, that was
Dude, that's
a highlight.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, talking about victory run, I was gonna ask actually, what was your favorite thing about the victory run? I guess you kind of answered it, but go ahead.
Yes, my
Expand on
favorite
it.
part about the victory run was, in the ballad, when we go back to the back corner or whatever, there was a lot of like goofing off or whatever. But from like a video in the stands, you can hear we had a "Give Me That Money" vocal. Like when we were doing the visual, we had a vocal that we would always say like we would say it really quietly in shows, but we would say it all the time in rehearsals, but it wouldn't be too loud that it was distracting. During the victory run, everybody just like collectively mentally decided they're gonna shout it as loud as possible, and you could hear it from like the second balcony in Lucas Oil, from when we were all the way in the back corner. It was amazing. It rung. It was hilarious.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
so funny. That's so cool.
All the vocals being able to be brought out like loud.
Yeah.
We added a blue in there, added the 6 words vocal. We didn't have none of those vocals. Or we didn't have a blue or a 6 words vocal until the victory run.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first time we even like thought about adding it. So
Dang.
yeah, because most of the time every year there's always a blue vocal, or a 6 words vocal.
Yep.
But we didn't have one until the victory run. So that was
that's special.
Yeah, it was really
that's
special.
really
moment.
special.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Well, daps on that, bro. That's a big stuff right there, dude. When's your ring coming in?
That's a great question. I ordered it like mid-September, and I think it said like 12 weeks. I don't remember. Something around 12 weeks. I just went home to check the mail. It wasn't there. So that's been at least around like 8. So maybe like sometime next month.
Christmas, bro.
It'll probably be here for Christmas. That's a perfect Christmas present.
Christmas dinner, rocking the
With the
ring.
ring, exactly.
Or maybe Thanksgiving.
Maybe Thanksgiving. I'll go home in like 2 weeks and I'll check again.
Heck yeah, dude. No, and they look amazing. They look phenomenal.
Whoever designed those really did a good job.
Yeah,
those rings are beautiful.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you're gonna have to show me a picture, bro, when you get it, bro, because that's gonna be amazing. Anyways, moving on from your drum corps career, you did March Troopers in 2023. How was that? What was? Do you want to talk any experience from that? What did you learn? Because it was your first drum corps season, correct?
It was. My first
so what did you
season.
learn from that? Again, any fun moments? Anything you want to speak about?
Yeah, well, I will say my season with my 2023 season with the Troopers was a little bit. I would say it wasn't bad. It was a little bit like a roller coaster. There was good moments. There was bad moments. I actually I auditioned at Blue Stars at first in 2023, and then I got cut at their callbacks. And from there, I went to audition at Troopers in like February or whatever. And then I got my contract of course. And then I just went through all the off-season assignments, like off-season camps. And then I ended up as an alternate at the right before I move in. So I was a little disappointed or whatever, a little like shocked, but as the season went on, Fred, I counted for 46 days. I was an alternate, and then on that 46 days when I got my spot as a trumpet player. So it was a roller coaster, just working my ass off as much as I could, and then being rewarded with a spot later on in the season, and then being able to march San Antonio, all of my home shows, finals. It was a great experience, and all the friends I made along the way too. It was like wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Is there any fun stories that you would like to speak on, like in your rehearsals? I know I know you you had this whole season of Bluecoats and stuff. A lot of people that come on the podcast, actually, funny enough, they're like, "Man, you just brought things back that I had forgotten about."
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I think we did at Troopers. We did like twos. You'd walk in twos with your section or whatever. And you got to be in step. You can't be out of time. So on our laundry day, there was like a beauty store near our laundromat. So a bunch of me and my friends went in there, and there was a bunch of these hats that was like a jean hat, and it was bedazzled sexy on it with like big bold letters, and like at least like 12 of us got the hat, and the rehearsal the next day we all rocked it, and then we had sexy twos, like it was our twos line, and as we were walking, or we had like Justin Timberlake's "Sexy Back" song playing. It was amazing. Like all the looks we got, all the laughs we got. It was really funny. It was one of my favorite.
Was it this was nice? Oh, you said spring training?
Yeah, it was in spring training.
Gotcha. I was about to ask. Was that where was that?
Yeah. It was in spring training in Indiana. We had our spring training in Indiana, so it was really cool though.
Nice. That's what's up. Well, I wanted to ask, what was your favorite, thing, kind of like what we talked about, which changes everything. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite thing about To Last of the Sun, like the show in general?
I will say my favorite thing about that show was, as someone who's never marched drum corps, how hard it was for not even just people who had marched drum corps, but like people who already were in drum corps. That show was a step up in difficulty from their 2022 program Voracious. And Tim Snyder himself, he said, as the show goes on, you really don't stop moving until that one big chorale moment where all you hear is just straight wonderful brass in the part two. We called it the brass chorale or the Bach chorale. I don't remember. We had a nickname for it, but I don't remember. That part, that was like the loudest I've ever played in my life, and it was the first time we stopped moving, because from the beginning of the show to that point, we're moving consistently. So it was really hard, but it was really rewarding though. So
nice. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, we did speak on a little bit of this. 2023 was your first season.
Yes.
I wanted to ask what got you to that point. I guess specifically with the Troopers or not, whichever you'd like. Mm-hmm. But what got you into drum corps?
Yeah. I joined band in middle school or whatever, and then I didn't know about marching band or like drum corps until I was a freshman. I went to James Bowie. It's another school in the Arlington district. Some of like the older guys, or like the seniors or juniors, they were showing me drum corps. I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like it's like pretty much like professional marching band.
Right. That's how I described it to my parents, bro.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know what else how to describe it to you.
That's how I was like, wow, it's pretty much professional marching band.
Yeah.
Like, I would go and watch live videos, and I'd see like different drum corps. Like I think the first show I ever saw was Babylon, SCB 2018. And with that being your first show you watch, it's like it gets you hooked.
Yeah.
So I've been hooked ever since. And then when COVID hit, I went on like a insane binge of just watching straight drum corps, and even BOA too. I went on the binge of both, just watching a bunch of band. COVID really got me into the band world like really heavy, because I used to just like be a basketball player, and I did band for credits or whatever. But then COVID really got me into the band world, and I watched so much drum corps until during COVID. I was like, I have to do this. So I originally wanted to audition for the 2022 season. My parents didn't agree because I was still in high school at that point. So I just went to go watch DCI San Antonio, and when I saw the course in person, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm not doing this next season. So my I would say holy shit moment was when Troopers played their closer in the dome at 2022 in San Antonio. That was probably one of the loudest things I've ever heard in my life, but it was also really, really good.
Nice.
So
Where did you sit from the?
I was in the front 3 rows. I was
Dude, that's the place to be. That's the
was-
place to be.
I was like in the front 3 rows.
That's
right
the
at
place to
front.
be, bro.
Setup change.
All right, guys, we're back. Funny setup, but you know what? It'll have to do because everyone's taking tests in the business building at UNT. So going green. All right, well, real. We'll continue on with the interview like this. If the audio is weird, apologies. Not gonna say that it won't happen again, but who knows? Anyways, let's get back to the fun of it. After we talked about what got you into DCI, I guess what was the one besides the Troopers 22 show that you had told us? What's your favorite drum corps show that like you were like that?
In person or just in general?
Let's do both.
Both. Well, I'll say my favorite drum corps show is probably SCV 2018 or Carolina Crown 2019. Because those are both, or not 19, sorry. Carolina Crown 2012. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. SCV 18 or Crown 12, those are both insane shows. You know, like hornline wise for both Crown and Vanguard were both ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the drill in 2012 was actually like stuff that I've never seen before. It was insane stuff.
Revolutionary.
Literally, it was terrifying is what I would say. I can't even imagine doing something like that. My brass my brass caption heads, they both marched to that show, and the Crown 12 has a special place in my heart.
Nice.
In person, that's a great question. I really only started the first show I saw in person was in 2022. I think I would probably say Riffs and Revelations. I love that. Like, I marched with Bluecoats for a reason. I saw that show in person. I was like, wow, this is band to a level that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been a Blue fanboy since I got into drum corps in 2020, and then I saw Riffs, and I was like, okay, I have to march Bluecoats. That's like, I saw that show. And one of my close friends, Jason Jury, he marched that show too. Riffs is pretty much what solidified me wanting to march with the Bluecoats.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a pretty again, I would say another one of those revolutionary shows because I mean we do know like the Bluecoats, they always step the game up on the ordinary march, very militant style of marching band. And they bring an art, and I think every year we see something different from the Bluecoats. Which actually leads me to another question. What's something you're looking forward to this upcoming season in general, or like we're talking about right now with the Bluecoats being so unique? What's something you would want them to do or any of those things?
So yeah, knowing our design team, I have no expectations because they're just gonna blow it out the water.
Nice,
Knowing our design team, I know they've been cooking up something pretty special so far. I'm gonna go in like blind and just really like expecting to be shocked again. I think that I do know, and that's already public. We're gonna be using Sun Lux again for this next year. So Sun Lux, the band, Sun Lux. We're gonna be using them again for this this season. So that's something I'm really excited for. But when it comes to like the rest of the show, I have no clue what they're gonna do. But I know it's just gonna be fire, as Bluecoats always do. So that is something I'm really excited for.
Nice. Nice. Alrighty, man. Well, again, leading into next season, what's 3 things you would like to tell someone who is looking to join the drum corps world? Any advice? Any of those things?
The first thing and the main thing is do not cut yourself before you've even walked into the camp. A lot of people tend to bow out of camps or auditioning at places because they think, oh, I'm not gonna make it, so I'm not gonna audition. You don't know that. You don't know if you're gonna make it or not. So why not just go out there and just put your face out there, put your name out there, and then you'll set yourself up for the future, or who knows, you might even get a contract that same year. So don't cut yourself. And then number two is be confident. When you go to the audition, if you don't know what you're doing, that's fine. At least act like you know what you're doing. If you act like you know what you're doing, you're going to appear like you know what you're doing. So confidence is key, and confidence can take you as far as you need to go. And then number three is, I would say, preparation after the other two. With confidence, if you come with confidence and prepare, there's pretty much nothing stopping you. That's like the best combo
Formula.
That's the formula to getting known, or to getting a staff to recognize who you are. If you come prepared, and if you come confident, those two alone will get you further than you could like ever expect. So that's how it comes when it comes to auditioning. So
Nice. Yeah. Well, weirdly enough, I'll I guess break the third wall or whatever it's called on this. While we were transitioning to this room, me and Jesse talked a little bit of that, and I think he speaks some facts here because I can attest to this. A lot of vets that I've been reaching out to, which you guys should be too. If you're marching drum corps this upcoming summer and you haven't marched drum corps yet, reach out to vets. The vets in the section of you wanting to join, the vets in other sections, other drum corps, or like your drum corps that you're trying out for. Reach out because they want to help.
yes.
And like Jesse was saying, confidence. I've been getting told that a lot. So I don't know. I just kind of want to rephrase that on them because that's something I'm gonna take to heart. I think they should too. But yeah, man. I wanted to say before we wrap up this episode, is there anyone you would like to shout out who's been supporting you throughout your journey with marching band, drum corps, and anything in between?
Yeah, I want to shout out first my directors, McCann, Whaley, Benacasa, and Ragland. Those four people, they really like inspired me to even get out there and audition or go somewhere. And they even offered, if I like didn't find a home, to like help me find places to march. And then some of my friends like DJ was pretty impactful. Shout out DJ Ball.
Ball.
Yeah, shout out DJ. And then there's a big group of people that I would like to say, but it's the names are too long. Shout out all my friends running back. Y'all know who y'all are. Those people inspire me to keep going. So like all the stories I hear around the drum corps world, or just like in band in general, it makes me want to keep going. So shout them out. And then shout out my parents as well for even giving me the opportunity to march in general. I wanted to march in 2022, and they said no, they didn't think I was old enough or ready yet. And then they gave me I went back and presented it to them the next next year, and they were accepting, and they allowed me to even audition. So shout out my parents, my friends, running back, TJ, all of y'all, my directors. Y'all are why I'm where I'm at today. So
Nice. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Bluecoat staff, the design team,
yeah, shout out.
everyone in between, because you're doing great stuff, bro.
Yes.
I know I'm younger than you, but it's like a role model here.
Yeah.
You know, like I think people should be looking up to you because you do great stuff, bro. You're the goat.
Of course. Thank you.
Heck
Yes,
yeah, man.
I do want to shout out the Bluecoat staff. You said that. They took a chance on me, and I appreciate that from this past season. I was grateful enough and fortunate enough to even get a contract at the Bluecoats after being cut for the 23 season. I came back 24, and they took a chance on me, and it paid out in the end. So I would like to thank the Bluecoat staff for that as well. Yeah.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, we will wrap it at that. I wanted to give Jesse a chance if you'd like to plug your socials.
Yeah, of course. So you can follow me on Instagram at Jesse JESSE underscore Omakor OMAKOR. My Snapchat's the same, and then my tour account or my DCI account is going to be Omakor, my last name OMAKOR .dbc. So yeah, if you want to follow me there. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep up with him this upcoming drum corps season. I'm assuming, are you open to them reaching out to you if they?
of course, yeah. If you have any questions about drum corps or just like anything in general, text me, reach out. My DMs are open, so I'll answer any questions y'all have. So if I was auditioning, I would want someone who has already gone through it before to be able to help me out. So I reached out to people when I was auditioning firsthand as well. So don't be scared to text me. I will respond. So.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, man. Alrighty, guys. Well, we will wrap it at that. That is episode 15 with Jesse. Again, guys, thank you so much for the support these past couple months. I know the drum corps season is over, but I hope you are enjoying the content that I am putting out because, man, I'm having so much fun with these interviews, man. But besides that, you guys should go follow the Instagram. That is Owen Talks Drum Corps. Subscribe on YouTube. That is Owen Does Band Things. And also follow the Spotify, which is also Owen Talks Drum Corps. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Peace.